our great state. More details by heading over to weareiowa.com.
A lot of major league events happening this year in Iowa. One of the biggest ones, we're talking about the YMCA of Greater Des Moines celebrating a landmark anniversary this year. Ruth Palmer, how many years are we talking?
150 years.
That is
for the
huge.
YMCA Greater Des Moines.
Unbelievable.
Yes. We're really proud to have been serving the community for 150 years.
Yeah, it must make you proud.
It does. The Y's been a part of almost everything that's gone on in Des Moines the last 150 years.
So what are we doing to celebrate? Because that's a pretty big number.
Well, we're doing things all year long. So we're looking at this as our whole anniversary year. We, are starting out with helping people learn more about the history of the Y and connecting it to today.
Okay, speaking of the history of the Y, let's start there.
Yeah.
How in the world did this get started?
Okay, well, to go back a little bit, the YMCA internationally started in London, England. A man named George Williams was 20 years old, and he had come from rural England to work in London and thought that London didn't really offer anything wholesome for young men to do who came there to work. There were saloons and places like that, but nothing that he thought was wholesome activity for young men to do. So he started an organization where they met and they did Bible study and talked to each other, helped each other, supported each other, and that became the YMCA. Then it moved to the United States in 1851 in Boston, and then in 1868, some men in Des Moines thought it was time that Des Moines had a Y. So 1868, they got together and chartered the YMCA of Greater Des Moines.
Hey, so what does YMCA? The people hear it for years, but I don't know if they associate what those letters stand for.
YMCA stands for the Young Men's Christian Association, and so that's really how the Y started, as a place where they could do Bible study and talk about Christian principles. And in fact, at one time, people were concerned that the YMCA was becoming a church.
Okay.
And so they made, way back at the beginning, they made a very important decision that no, we're going to be an organization that supports Christian principles, but not the practice of religion. So we're based on Christian principles, but the Y is open to everyone of every faith or no faith at all.
And we've kind of been watching the evolution on the screen here with the original site back on 4th and Grand, and then 4th and Keogh, and now obviously on the riverfront with this new gorgeous space that just had the opening. We were just checking in on the pool and the excitement that's still surrounding there. So new things continuing to happen even 150 years in.
Lots of historic firsts happen at the Y. For instance, Drake University came about because of some men who met at the Y and decided that Des Moines needed a university.
You're kidding?
Really? So that's where the idea came from to start Drake, was those first people that met at the Y.
I did not know that.
A lot of people know that basketball was invented at the Y in Springfield, Massachusetts by Dr. James Naismith.
Naismith, yeah.
Just 2 years later, the Y brought basketball to Des Moines.
Wow.
Yeah, they bought two goals and one ball for the Y.
That's how you start.
So he didn't have the peach basket like he has there.
No, they had actual goals
back then.
Oh, they did. Okay,
yeah,
good.
But it's in the records that they invested in 2 basketball goals and 1 ball. So
that's hilarious.
We have a few more than 1 basketball now. So.
And as we were just mentioning, the pool, swimming back in its start.
The Y invented swimming. When I say that, people laugh. They didn't invent swimming, no, but they invented group swimming lessons at the Y, and then we brought those to Des Moines. That the building at 4th and Keogh, that's now the Iowa Department for the Blind building. Yeah, it had the first indoor swimming pool in Des Moines when it was the Y.
There are just tons of firsts, aren't there?
I had no idea.
Yeah, camp is another thing. Y is the organization that's been doing summer camp the longest. So Y Camp up at Boone next year is going to be 100 years old.
Wow.
So for almost 100 years, the Y's been doing overnight camp where kids and now families, people of all ages, can go and connect with the outdoors and with each other.
And that's just such a staple of so many families over the history, over generations.
There are generations of families in Des Moines. Some of the names that you associate with Des Moines, like the Hubbles and the Ruans and the Reichardts and the Jewetts, have supported the Y for generations. They've given their time, they've given their finances. Multiple generations have served as volunteers.
Jewetts have given their lumber.
Yeah, yes. And so, almost every family that has connections in Des Moines at some time or another had connections through the YMCA.
They've believed in this organization.
That's right.
And for a great reason. Not only is it a facility where obviously people come together to work out or do other things, you also do amazing things for our community.
Right. social responsibility is one of our 3 areas of focus. The Y, from 1912, when they built the Y building, it had housing for men above it, and these were usually men who had come in from out of town, didn't have a place to go,
Right.
or people who were traveling
Right.
and wanted to stay in a place that was wholesome and supportive, and so they stayed at the Y. That translates today into our supportive housing campus that we've talked about before, where 140 people in our community have a permanent home there to escape homelessness or unstable situations and get the support they need to kind of get their lives going on a more positive track.
You're helping to change lives.
That's
is what you're
right.
doing.
That's right. From just kids who come to the Y and literally grow up at the Y,
Right.
and learn values and teamwork and principles, to people who, just need to get in better health. Maybe they're facing a chronic medical situation, they need support, and that physical fitness provides, and in our community, whether it's kids who, like this kid at Starfish Academy, our summer learning program, who are keeping up their skills during the summer. We have a fatherhood program where we mentor fathers to help them connect better with their kids, support their kids financially, emotionally, and kids do better when they have a dad in their life.
There you go. I want to go back up to the Starfish Academy
Sure.
real quick, because this is something that is really important, because when you leave school at the end of the year, end of the school year, you have that several months where you go out and you do whatever you want to do, and a lot of people have a tendency, a lot of kids have a tendency to fall back, and they fall back quite far. What type of things do you learn at the Starfish Academy?
Right, and particularly the risk is even greater for kids from lower income households, because they may not have the memberships or the activities in the summer that they can do, enrichment activities. There might not be books in the home or somebody to
Right.
get them to the library. So those kids particularly are at risk for losing ground over the summer. So we partner with Des Moines Public Schools. I think we're working with 5 different schools now on a summer program for the kids at no cost to the kids. We help them with reading and math, and then there's also some recreation and just fun time in there too through the summer, and we've seen great results. The kids not only keep the progress that they've made, but they actually advance during the summer, and they go back in the fall even further along than they were in May.
So they hit the ground running.
Right.
It's unbelievable, the statistics that are coming out now, that if kids or even adults sometimes have a safe place to go where they can put the devices down, have interaction with one another, how much further they're excelling in life. And you guys are taking care of that, but also helping those families that might need some financial assistance.
Right. That's what the Y is about, is being that safe place and bringing people together. It's really, through the decades, it's been a bridge that's tied all parts of the community together. We went from just a downtown Y for most of our history to now 8 branches through the greater Des Moines area, and you belong to one, you belong to all of them. So it's a real community.
And those 8 branches that are around here, it doesn't matter which one you're associated with. If you want to go swimming at the brand new pool,
Yes.
and you're a Y member, you can go to the brand new pool.
That's right, yeah. Come downtown and see us. It's beautiful, and 18 lanes, no waiting. So, yeah, come on down and swim.
Speaking of brand new, you have a couple of brand new items in front of you, too.
Our friends at Ray Gun have been very supportive of the Y, and so for our 150th year, we've got a couple new Ray Gun t-shirts. This one says the YMCA 150 years, one burpee at a time.
Okay, hold it up so the
One
camera
burpee at a time.
Hold it there, hold it just for a second there. That is hilarious.
Yeah, and we've got a group exercise challenge going on in April. If you meet the challenge, you'll get one of these shirts.
All right.
You don't have to do 150 burpees,
That's
do you?
right. No.
Maybe in 150 days.
Yeah. The other shirt we have is, we've been asked for a Ray Gun shirt that would talk more about our cause.
Right.
And so Ray Gun folks came up with this shirt for us that says, "You can't spell community without the Y."
Oh,
Nice.
clever.
Yeah, and we are really proud, thank them for that creative effort, and we are really proud to be known that way as a community organization. That's what we're about, is community. Fit gyms, swimming pools, physical fitness sure is a part of it, but there's so much more to the Y.
And a lot more.
And if people want to be a part of it, of course, membership's always available. And
That's
by
right.
being a part of it, you're also helping out these wonderful other activities that we've been discussing.
Yeah,
this morning.
April's a great time to join the Y because it's Member Appreciation Month.
Okay.
So we've got special things going on all month, including drawing for a family vacation to Disney in
Wow.
Florida. Yeah, we'll be doing that at the end of the month. So the sooner you join, in April, the more chances you will have to win, because you can enter every time you come to the Y.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and a lot of other surprises and neat things going on too.
All right, so if people want more details, where should they go?
dmymca.org.
There you go, celebrating 150 years. Well, congratulations, and thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thanks, you guys.
We will be right back and find out where all the great music is happening in town, and there's a bunch of it. That's coming up next.